Hey, welcome everybody uh to TTRPG and the first episode of Invincible Sword Princess Orphans of Evermean. I am your incredible, amazing, super mega foxy, awesome hot game mistress for this evening. My name's Anita, and I will be leading these incredible TRPG performers through a tale of vengeance and mourning and awesome sword tricks, as well as like siblinghood and bonds. And y'all, it's gonna be so great. And I'm just really excited to be here. I am going to start at the top right of my screen and just go counterclockwise to be different. So, Noir, would you like to introduce yourself to the people and tell them where they can find you?
Hello, people. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Uh, I do things about the space. I have a new show on Gen Con that you can check out. And I have a merch store on Fourth Kind. We have some pretty cool stuff. Check it out. And finally, I have a pretty nifty podcast that I do with my sibling, Dungeons and Dragons. We'll be recording a new episode today, so check it out.
Vibes. Love to see it. Elliot, you're up next.
Hey everybody, my name's Elliot or Eli. You can call me either one. I use they them pronouns. Today I'll be playing Mel, who uses any all pronouns. Don't get on their bad side. That's all I'm going to warn you about.
Very ominous. And we love that energy. Um, Dare, you're up.
Hey, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, they. You can find me on any part of the internet over at Dare to Dream RPG. That is DARE, the number two, DREAM RPG. And whenever you make a group of four people, one of you has to be the Michelangelo. So that's what I'm doing this event.
Can
Uh,
I can I be the Donatello?
I think that tracks. I've been mapping quietly.
uh, we love players who prepare. Um, and our final empty window in our crew is the lovely CJ, our scholastic dragon, is probably out counting the books in their hoard. They will be back next week to join this little group. But for now, these are our people, and we can just start this tale of vengeance and woe. Um, Invincible Sword Princess, the Orphans of Evermean. And we begin by coming to a familiar yet fantastic place that breeds such nostalgia, at least in my heart, as we pan over a glittery sky full of like bright and shimmering stars, as well as like infants for some reason, um, and begin to pan down and over the inimitable land of Oz. Um, we pan over and see the Emerald City, like the sort of downtown area, the north side, with its playgrounds and um, just we pan over the north side with its playgrounds, with its munchkins, with its um, sort of like broken down and like abandoned like architecture. We pan over the east side with its vast forest and jungles, and a very industrial west side filled with smokestacks and smog. And from there, we sort of zoom into this land. Um, and we will find um, Mel, um, who is, would you like to describe where Mel is like in this evening time in the land of Oz and what we see them doing?
Yeah. Um, so Mel is large, dark skinned, black femme figure with about waist length, dark box braids, uh, and seems to be in a very good mood, generally. I think at this point, she's very much smiling and just sort of writing in their journal something, maybe song lyrics or something. Um, there's probably work to be done around her at the moment, but this is her third 15-minute break, and he is going to enjoy it as much as they can. So, yeah, I think it's mainly just like good vibes around Mel at the moment. Yeah.
Word. So, like, is Mel like at home right now? Is Mel like elsewhere out in the world? Is Mel like at a job, you said? Because
Yeah,
you said there's work to be done.
I think that Mel is at probably one of the parks actually. Is supposed to be helping with one of the like volunteer cleanups that they had organized. Um, instead, Mel is giving like encouraging words from the sidelines and just saying, "Yep, you got it. It's going great. The park's looking amazing." And sitting on a bench like on the sidewalk, just like watching everyone. Amazing. 10 out of 10 work. um, but yeah.
Vibes. Um, that yeah, I think as you're um just like hmm, yeah, as you're like going out and leading the volunteers to do this work, albeit like a little bit like you're the leader and this is your third 15-minute break. Um, I'd like to see a princess roll to see like how well
Lovely.
you can like gather this group and like see yeah just roll princess for me. What is your princess stat?
My princess stat is 2.
All right, so you get to roll two six-sided die, and
Yep.
anything four or up is a success. Count the amount of successes you have.
All right. It's 1 success.
Okay, that is not bad. That is like a um I feel like the people that you are around know you well enough at this point, and like they know that you could probably be doing like more at this point. And they also know that like you bring the best snacks, you like have the best like after party like sort of organization. So like they catch the vibe that you're putting off and they're like, yeah, well, we will get it done. And nobody really causes problems. But as you're uh, relaxing and seeing that, yeah, the job of like cleaning up the parks department is cleaning up this park is getting done. Uh, you get like somebody coming up to you looking like a little worried. And they just report that there's been like some pretty like heavy graffitiing happening just like on the walls, like underneath the slides of this sort of like park place. And you know that there haven't there haven't been like big problems with graffiti in a very long time in Oz. Um, and you feel like that's weird and you kind of want to like go investigate to see what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. I think Mel sort of gestures to the rest of the group. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. You look amazing. I will be back in a little bit. Good. And then walks away. Um,
um, yeah, I yeah, I feel like there are some I captains. There are a couple of like blushing faces in the crowd, but they continue. And you go over to see some very obviously like tagged like place from very obviously like tagged and wildly quickly drawn like spray paint. And the tag is very clear. It is, these are tags from like Munchkin Gang. And the Munchkins have not been a problem for a very long time. It used to be that like there was a whole lot of just graffiti all over the place until your mom, Evermean, cut that shit out, like put them in a very serious like place of time out uh, for a while. And you know that like they're in the north side, they should still be in the north side, like still in that timeout, plastered to the wall. But here are their tags, and this seems like it's their work. That's strange. What do you do?
I think Mel is the good vibes are gone immediately out the window. Um, and Mel just starts like I don't know if the person who like pointed it out came with me, but they would probably hear Mel just like sort of muttering under their breath, just like every time I think everything's good, every time everything's in order. Munchkins come and fuck it up. Okay, fine, sure, we'll get into it. Um, and Mel will. I don't think we discussed it. What? How do we can we long distance contact people in Oz, or do I have to go find someone?
Um, gosh, we can like sort of figure that out. Like you've got limited magic. You can
Mhm.
do some things with magic.
Okay.
So like yeah, depending on how well you roll, we could like get a get a roll together
Yeah.
um to see how fast you can send a message. I think that like the person that came with you sort of notices you are like your vibe has been harshed and just knows your reputation of like not being a pleasant person to be around when the vibes get off at the party. So they just sort of like pipe up and say, so your mother, Evermean, sort of like put the munchkins like away, right? Did she say anything about like granting them early parole or something, because it looks like they might have broken it.
I think Mel gives a like very dirty look to the person who says this, and then like tries to compose themselves again.
See, that's on me. Let me
No, you're good.
honestly, I'll just go back. I'll just go back to picking stuff up. You can, and they walk off like hurriedly.
Yeah. Melvin sort of like begins to try to gather herself, and I think she wants to contact basically just all of their siblings and just send out a message just like um there's a problem in the parks. The Munchkins are at it again. Please join me.
That all right. How are you sending this message?
I think this is something that Mel's probably done a few times before, but it goes with varying levels of success of just trying to telekinetically, psychically is the better word, sort of connect with the other people in her coven and just like send out a sort of mental message to everyone. Sort of like not a distress signal, but like a sort of like paging all of them at the same time.
That do you have like a sword adaptation for this, or does your role as a part of the family help you in any way in trying to cast the spell?
So my sword adaptation is purely psychological in nature. So could say. Um so could that help me in this? Sort of altering it from being direct harm to not.
I will say, if you describe how screaming helps you in casting the spell, um, you can add a die because your sword adaptation would apply.
So the way my sword is sort of looks is it's like a solid sword with all of these like small cylinders offshooting off of it, sort of the handle and the tip and sort of all in between. Um, and when you spin it a certain way and the wind goes through the tunnels, it sort of releases these psychic piercing screams that do a lot of mental harm to some people. But I think Mel has been sort of experimenting of like swinging it in different ways to where it doesn't do harm and just like sort of gets people's attention. Um, so Mel's going to try to do that in this moment.
Go ahead and roll princess, add an extra die. Yeah, fours and up are successes.
None, no successes.
Zero successes. Um, whew. Okay. Yeah, let me check one more time what happens on zero successes, just so. Yeah,
Oh, I got it
Fury
right
with the
here. It
sword.
says zero successes. The GM describes how things get worse. You gain the desperation status.
Yeah, that is for specifically rolling invincible or sword.
Oh,
Um,
my bad.
but
Just
yeah,
send me to
with
hell
Oh,
immediately.
Princess, you gain no insights. They ask you a question instead.
yeah, you so I will sort of take control a little bit of the narrative here as you sort of spin the sword and you've been practicing trying to like use the piercing, terrifying screams aspect of your sword and new, maybe like more party friendly ways, um, just for like conveying messages, getting attention, like sort of connecting the people. Because like it's it's sometimes hard to keep this family together at points. But it's still new and you're still trying it. And as you like spin the sword around, you try to convey like this isn't SOS, but it is urgent and they're like and there is a very big problem that I need all of you to come back home to solve. And yeah, it's hard to like convey urgency, but like no panic with piercing screams. The urgency gets through, the no panic does not. All around you, the volunteers scream and like wig out and begin to flee the park area as panic overtakes and overwhelms them. Uh, and I think in everyone's heads, besides Mel, there are incredibly like loud and piercing shrieks of alarm. Uh, and you all know that Mel is in trouble. Um, and yeah, because of the zero successes, I think I will need invincible rolls from all of the other siblings.
Thanks, Mel.
Yeah.
So, I I I would like to pitch something if I might.
Please talk to me.
As the secretive, I would like to imagine that Slips kind of has a safeguard where it's just like messages go immediate to magical voicemail.
Ah!
I don't know about
Wow.
I don't know about y'all, but sometimes there's some members of my family that I just don't pick up the phone.
Um,
They gotta leave a message.
I will say that you are all the way in a land outside of Oz. You are not in the
True.
land of Oz currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that there's a buffer between you and the piercing screams, and that this roll is going to be easy for you. So threes, fours, fives, and sixes are successes in this roll.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, I got one success.
Okay. Um,
Which
and
oh,
uh,
okay.
and there, Des, how did your roll turn out?
As someone who famously doesn't have a lot of danger, I only got one success because that is the best I can do.
I love that for us. Uh, with each of you getting one success. Yeah, let me. um, yeah, you both manage it in a sense. And the GM will describe the complication. I love complications. Um, yeah, you, yeah, let's let's get into the complications. As we sort of move with the screams as it chaotically spins out from this source and radiates not like audibly, but like magically all over Oz. Um, and as we like bounce and weave and jerk all over Oz, Des, where does the message find you?
I think knowing Des, it is kind of somewhere quiet, almost like I think she's sort of staying in a little like cottage kind of outside of like the city of Oz proper. Sort of not quite in the woods, but woods adjacent. And sort of tending to a little garden, making some tea. Uh, when they get the message and there's sort of a sigh of just am I really needed for this?
Uh, yeah, like I'll say that you have found a very nice little nice little college cottage, nice little ways away place at the edge of Oz proper, at the cornfields, sort of in the cornfields, sort of place. Yeah, and I'll say that you probably have a farm of some kind. Um, what do you grow there?
I think it's just like farm is, I think, generous. I think it is like a small enough to just be like sustainable. So it's a little bit of like potatoes, a little bit of like tomatoes, a little bit of greens, uh, pretty much just enough for like subsistence and like if I want to give any to any neighboring people.
Word. Yeah, you have a very humble, very small little setup on the edge of the world. Uh, and as you get this jolt of God damn it, Mel. Um, um, you sort of look outside your window, just being ugh, I gotta. Mel, Mel does sound like he is in a lot of trouble. You look out and you see the crows, who are your neighbors, but you don't share with them because they don't ask before going into your going into your garden, and they really go in on those tomatoes. Um, it is it is truly odd. One of them is just sort of traipsing it's almost comic how this one crow is full swiper no swiping, tiptoeing through the garden to get to the tomatoes. uh what are you doing?
I think there's the like Des isn't big. They're like I'm gonna say like 5'5". They're relatively like not a big person. I think they have sort of a small, thin frame as they sort of get up inside. And they're not a person of violence. So I think they just step outside. It's like, can we not do this today? I just got news from one of my siblings. I'm not in the mood.
um yeah, they sort of they sort of jump and they're oh, Des, I didn't even.
You know this is my yard. You can't I would if you
What?
wanted some, if you could just knock on the door and ask, it'd be fine.
This your yard? I ain't know all that. That's that's my bad, D. That's my bad. Um,
How often are you over here? How often do you come around this part of the cottage? You know
I,
where you're at.
I don't know, man. I'm a bird. I'm a free spirit. I go where the wind takes me. You know,
The wind
is
takes you back to my yard pretty often.
matter of fact, this place does look a little bit familiar. That's on me, D. That's on me. But you say your siblings in trouble? Man,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a tough rap. Um,
I think I just like look. I'm waiting for this crow to get to the point because I know they're up to something.
oh, not. I'm just
If I turn around,
actually,
if I leave, am I gonna see a tomato missing? This is
actually, you can go ahead and You can go ahead and make a princess roll to gain insight on the situation.
I got 2 successes.
All right. Uh, so with 2 successes on a princess roll, you gain insight from the situation, and you can ask a question from the insight list, and you gain an extra die when acting on the answers. So you have access to the insight list?
Yeah.
All right. You can choose one of those and get an honest answer.
How can I get them to leave my tomatoes alone?
How can you get them to leave your tomatoes alone? Um, you are very talented at like awareness and like general witch shit, just being aware of like what's happening. And in this quiet space, you have noticed like in the past month, increasingly so over the weeks, um, this the crows have been like way more agitated just in general, have been like way more sticking to the edges of Oz, and like they usually like stayed like deep in the cornfields. Something has changed and moved them out and away. Um, but as for like what can you do to get them to leave your tomatoes alone? Um, yeah, I think you can either scare them. These birds are cowards. Um, or you can offer them something that, or you can offer them like a steady food supply, like that is because they like eating your tomatoes, but if they have just like steady food, which you feel like maybe they're scrambling because they're not like in the place that they usually are. Yeah, you get some like
Okay.
you get some insight about that.
I
What do
think,
you do?
look, crows, y'all are normally fine. So how
Yeah,
about I make a
as
deal
you
with you?
like say crows, like three more like fly down that were like perched on your roof. Hey, what's good, D? What's happening, bro?
Look, look. I'm gonna. How about I make a deal? If
Yeah.
you can go without touching my crops, let them rock, let them cook for a little bit. I will make you a nice basket full of a bunch of stuff. That way, you should be good for at least a week or so. Just leave my stuff alone for a little bit. You'll have way more food.
Yeah,
Can we work a deal out?
I was gonna say, Mo, like your stuff is a little like it's not it's not ripe yet. It's a little like dry. You might want to like plant them earlier in the season,
No,
like get
I
it.
know when to plant them.
Mm,
No, I got it. It's
oh,
almost like they keep getting taken. It kind of ruins the cycle of it, you know?
yeah, yeah. Like they sort of like huddle up. They like talk to each other. Like there's a fierce debate happening right now. Um, and they sort of like come out of the huddle and say like, okay, we'll take the deal if you add some shiny stuff to the basket. We love shiny shit.
I'll see what I can do about that part. I'll see what I can do.
They dap you up and fly off. Yeah, they're probably just like leaving the cornfields and like leaving the cornfields altogether at this point and going like towards the forest area.
I think
Uh,
there's like a deep sigh as she begins to like start getting stuff actually ready. Now she's dealt with that problem. She is just like packing her bag, getting everything ready to go check on Mel.
um, word. Um, and as you begin packing, um, we'll go past the cornfields, uh, away from that window, away from the land of Oz, uh, past the east side, uh, and into barren lands like on the outskirts of Oz that just fall off and go into darkness. And we feel the camera like panning faster and faster, just east, leaving the realm of Oz behind, going like passing worlds and stars and portals and magic things. We see like a sort of carved out island, like with a waterfall just like cascading off into the nothingness of space, and a verdant sort of like land. We go past and soon just like zoom so far that everything passing becomes lights like that streak off in the distance. And suddenly we find ourselves with slips. Um, and if you would like to describe slips, describe their surroundings, and describe what she's doing right now.
Slips is tiny. Slips is one of those tiny folks that have like big feelings inside. Um they're dressed very elaborately, so like a velvet overcoat, a purple kerchief, their hair in braids, but also in a ponytail. Just very dark makeup as well. They walk around with a cane. Their sword is a cane sword. If it goes very well with the outfit, and I think right now we would just find Slips just enjoying afternoon cup of tea. Um, Probably planning to hang out with their bestie, the Red Queen, a little later.
Vibes. Uh, yeah, you are. Yeah, if like the Red Queen is your bestie, you are probably like one. You've probably risen very quickly, and very, yeah, very quickly through the ranks of just society in this place to already be a magic user that is consort to the queen. Um, you are having tea, like just tea alone, tea with like others.
there,
Um,
there
what?
might be a few like woodland folks coming around to get in on some of this tea.
Oh, vibes. Yeah, just in the middle of the woods having tea. Uh, like you are sort of like in the midst of pouring a very like comedically small cup of tea for a hummingbird. Um, and as you're like trying your best to like just do enough, a scream like hits your mind a little like off, a little a little like muffled from what you remember the screen being, but still like rattling and jostling as you overflow on this hummingbird's cup, and that that man flies away as quickly
Apologies,
as
Mr.
possible.
Hummingway.
uh, yeah, like is um is like outrage and highly disrespected by this act. You will be hearing about this later.
Yeah, that's gonna cost me. Okay.
Um, but the message was clear. Mel is in trouble somewhere and really needs help.
I mean, the message didn't say that from me specifically. So maybe. I mean, it was just a general call, and I'm pretty sure somebody's gotten to Mel far faster than I could. So it's probably already taken care of. And I have to make amends with Mr. Hummingway. He's a terrible gossip, and I'll never live it down. Tea etiquette is very. Damn it, Mel. Couldn't be a bit more specific, just death curdling screams, per usual. Fine. It's just talking herself into like at least seeing what's going on. So, can I send a message back?
um, you can certainly try.
I would like to try.
Um, yeah, like I have you tried to send a message back before?
No, absolutely not. To talk communicating is I hate it the most. I hate all. I'm the
This is
secretive. I like to be secret.
this is going to be a hard role.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Is this princess?
This is Princess.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, that's a 5 and a 6, so 2 successes.
Two successes. You are able to send a message. How are you sending this message? Like, what are you sending, and how are you doing it?
So part what my sword allows me to do is it allows me to make portals from place to place. I'd like to imagine I have a monocle that lets me see where I'm going before I actually make the portal. So if Mel is looking at any sort of reflective anything like the first time Mel looks at anything that gives a reflection instead of seeing herself, just slips going, what? What do you need? Are you like, do you need me? Or is it
Um,
just anybody?
you begin to make this portal, and as you're making the portal, yeah, with two successes, your monocle sort of like shimmers a little bit. Like you, it's sort of like shimmering, then like a beat of like static before popping popping up, and you see this. You see like in front of you a portal. It's not a portal to Mel. It's a portal to the north side in what used to be Munchkin land before your mom like went in and fixed the situation. And you're seeing a a young woman, hurtling through the air with a dog uh, that is just like flying and twisting and turning and slamming into a Z, like the very big, like OZ. You're like, it's a part of the parks. It's in the north side, but it's a part of the whole park situation. So it's still under Evermean's purview. And Evermean spent a lot of money to like have that welcome to Oz sign like installed, and some flying bitch with a dog just like busted in
Oh
and
my
like broke the
God.
sign. Um,
Mom's gonna flip shit. Ah.
and as you say, mom's gonna flip shit. You see, you stop like seeing the woman and start seeing the sign toppling over and falling with a sickening crack. And underneath the sign, you see your mother's silver slippers. Um, and the vision sparks again. And Mel, you see slips right in front of you in a portal.
Above the table, when is the last time I've seen slips since you've been hanging out elsewhere?
It's probably been a good like 4 or 5 years.
Amazing. Hi. Hello. Fancy of you to join me here, I guess. Hi.
Mom got by a lady with a dog.
You just said a lot of words. I'm not sure that the translation is happening properly between where you are and where I am. Probably it must be some communication errors. Try that one more time.
Mom's dead. She got killed by a lady with a dog who dropped the R sign on her.
How did you?
I don't. I was minding my own business, and then
Great at that.
somebody who was great at that. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting death curdling screams sent at me in the middle of a very important breakfast, might I add. But it's fine. So I decided I'll just send you a message back. See if you actually needed help. And then in the midst of sending you a message, my little sword here decided, oh, let's just show you your mom getting killed by a lady with a really cute dog. She killed my mom with a sign. The sign that she worked real hard on. Oh, why can't y'all leave me alone?
Speaking of ladies and screams, um, speaking of ladies coming from the sky and screams, um, you, I think you, Mel, sort of notice like in the background of this whole scene, there's like, there's a lady, a little, not a lady, but like a sort of like younger black girl who, like, hair and ponytails, who is just like tumbling down from like some sort of cavern, like up above slips right now. And it looks like if they if they continue like on their path down, uh they might end up hitting slips. And for a second you feel like slips is in danger. What are you doing?
I've seen slips do these portal things before. I I don't know how well this will work, but Mel's instinct is to grab slips and then
Ah!
pull them.
No, I'm actually here.
Go ahead and make an invincible roll to like help your sister avoid the danger. I'll say that you are protecting your sibling from danger. You'll get an extra die for this roll.
3 successes.
Oh my
Hey.
god. Yeah, with 3 successes, you yeah, I will say that like slips you are like off to the side, like sort of just like, oh my god, like how can this be happening to me specifically? And you feel like your sibling's hand like come up and grasp you on the back and pull you back first into the portal. Um, at which point you see a little girl, not the little girl from your vision, but another little girl in a dress falling from the sky, about to like crash into you. Um, might enter your portal if you do not close it behind you. What are you letting her fall in? Are you closing the portal behind you?
Anybody ask her to fall out the sky? Good luck.
I'm sorry, I didn't like, I had trouble like understanding the words that were spoken.
Ain't nobody ask her to fall out the sky. Good luck. I hope you can make portals because I can. Why do I always play evil people? She's not evil. She's just having a rough morning. I'll get her out
Having a
later.
rough morning. Having a rough morning. It's okay. You close the portal behind you. Just being done with falling people in dresses for one day.
First they kill my mama, then they coming after me. I don't know what we did to fallen people, but I'm not for it.
Period. And as you get yanked back and find yourself once again in the east side of Oz in the Parks Department with your sibling, um, I think we are going to time skip, sort of like 24 hours later, as I'm sure that like the news is like being disseminated, like communications have been had with Des about the new sort of like communications have been had with Des with about the sort of new developments that have happened. Uh, you're not sure like if that was a vision of what was happening, if that is a vision of what has happened in the past, or if that is a vision of what is going to happen. But none of you have been able to contact mom. Um, so you decide, let's just go and figure out like that is the place that like apparently the munchkins got freed from. Let's go figure out what's going on. Um, and as we time skip 24 hours, and the three of you sort of converge on the outskirts of this playground, uh, I think we are going to take our first 10-minute break. Um, y'all, thank you so much. I am having a blast. I cannot wait to see how these siblings mesh and what we're gonna find out together. Um, yes, we are going to take 10 minutes. Please remember to go get your water, go get your medication, to eat things as we go. Your health is important, and we should be like prioritizing that. Also, give a follow to TTRPG for making these things happen. And encouraging them to make more things like this happen. So yes, 10 minutes from now, 10-ish minutes from now, we on CPT. It could be however long we need, but when we are supposed to get back, we will get back, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace. Gosh, we're not thrown to break yet. Let me see if I can get Nikki.
This is a great time to do an infomercial. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Please, if you have things that y'all want to pitch while I am talking to Nikki, please pitch them. Or
you looking to
whatever.
get beautiful glowing skin? Have you considered purchasing melanin? Melanin gives your skin back gold. I'm kidding. Y'all should see the notes I've taken. It's awesome.
Truly, beautiful Black people in the chat today. Black imagination, so important. We love to see it. Black make believe. I am a proponent of this. But yeah, melanin. Everybody's looking beautiful in the chat today, and I love that for us.
I am terrified of what's going to happen when the three of us meet up. I'm so scared.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. I didn't realize how big of a hole Slips was until right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oof. We got some characters already, and I feel like CJ's character is gonna just add just an explosive element to all of this.
Oh, CJ has the most brutal character out of all of us.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the worst part yet.
Good luck, everybody else. There we go. I'm putting my notes in the Discord so that way CJ can see what was up. Let me know if it works.
Ooh, yeah, I got your docs.
Cool.
Please, our wonderful producer. A welcome back, everyone, to Invincible Sword Princess, the Orphans of Evermean. Um, I am your game mistress, hostess with the mostest, the not so humble Anita. And I'm here with truly one of the funniest casts to have ever lived. And we are a person short. This shit is going to make history. I'm so excited. Um, and as we just hop right back into this, um, I would like all of the all of the siblings to describe how they reconvene in front of this old, uh, like for the most part, abandoned sort of like park that y'all haven't seen in a very long time.
Um,
And y'all haven't seen each other in a very long time either. Um, what's the reunion like?
I'd imagine I'd just kind of create a portal to bring us all together. If that's all right with y'all. It's just kind of like one of those like get ready in 10 minutes, I'm about to pick you up kind of deal.
I think, like, as the portal comes for Mel, I think you definitely hear Mel say, "Oh, so it's easy for you. Amazing. Cool.
Wow.
Perfect.
Wow, we're really gonna do this in the middle of everything we got going on right now.
Yes.
Nice to
You
see
could
your
have done it
priorities.
maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. If
Oh, okay, no, it's just great
you
that you
waited
have
to
your
now.
priorities in
So,
order still. You know,
oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
definitely. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Go ahead and make a princess roll. Just like, yeah, actually, like making three portals, like from one place to another place, and
Yep.
like one of the portals is all the way over there. That's a roll.
Yep. I'm gonna see if uh this my role play. No, this isn't secretive at all. This is actually the opposite of that. All right.
Yeah, your
This
sword helps you, so add another die.
okay. Where you at? I'm just imagining like creating these portals while having an argument with Bill. Like, no, that's fine. That's that's three successes.
Yeah,
Like, you
it
know, again,
is
do
so
all this
easy for
work for the
you.
family. And again, all I give is pushback. You know, maybe I should let you walk. Maybe I should let you walk.
This working only makes it look worse for you.
I know.
Um, yeah, Des, as soon as your packing is done, a very a simple and easy like a portal to your siblings who you see are arguing like into the portal and through another portal. You see them already arguing. um
I think I think there's just another deep sigh, knowing this is going to be a thing as uh, she steps through the portal. We are we fighting first thing? Do we have to start fighting?
I didn't start the fight. I actually came to help. And
I
Mel's giving me problems because I'm
oh,
supposed to be there when Mel wants me, not when Mel needs me, I guess. You know.
that's not what I said at all. I'm finding it very interesting how easy it is for you to make these portals, considering
Mhm.
you haven't been here for 4 or 5 years.
Well,
It's just very interesting.
a lot can change in 4 or 5 years. It's just that, I was off, living my life. After
Mhm.
I figured we were all living our lives. And, if
Yeah.
you need me, like right now, of course I'd be here.
It's not just a
uh,
matter of need, though. You could like send a postcard or just say hi, hello, because we're together like this. So
Yeah, but when we're
could
together, we fight.
maybe we wouldn't if you sent a postcard every once in a while.
Des, Cassidy isn't here.
Oh, wait, we're not even all together yet, and we're already fighting like this?
Slips, you
Yeah.
sent a portal to Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, I did my I'm gonna look through the monocle. Yeah, the portal's there.
Um, you look through the monocle, and it's almost as if the magic doesn't know where to go. You can't find Cassidy right now.
Okay. All right. So everyone, don't panic. Um I generally can locate anyone most of the time anywhere. Not bragging. I've studied a lot. Um that said, my magic can't find Cassidy, which has never happened before to me. So
If there's anyone who probably doesn't want to be found and can make herself not found, it would be Cassidy.
she's got to teach me that trick.
So you
Um,
can not send more letters.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew you were gonna take Mel's side.
I'm not
Mel,
taking sides.
Mel, you know that like Cassidy probably would have like let y'all know that uh they were going out into that she was going out like somewhere very secluded, very alone to study the blade. Um and it she gets he gets intense about his training. Um so you so this might be of her design, uh, but it seems like from what Slips is telling you that like there is a code red in the family, so it's a little worrisome. But like, um, it's a little worrisome, but you're here. You're not like overtly worried yet.
I don't think there's reason to be worried, Cassidy. I think, I assume they he pretty much lets us know when and where she's going to be. So
Yeah.
I feel like we're fine.
And she'll talk about how
Unlike
good
other
she
people
is
here.
and how talented she is the entire time and how
I
much
mean,
we're,
yeah,
yeah, you know,
Guess we don't
maybe
mind
we're
giving
good
some.
without him for a little bit.
yeah. I could use a day.
I guess we don't mind giving some people their privacy.
Oh,
Um.
Cassie lets us know where she is. You didn't do that
Oh, okay. Well, just so we're all clear. Um, I sometimes like to just travel to different worlds. You
for
know.
4 or 5 years at a time.
That's great. Like I want you to know. I love that you're traveling. I think that's incredible. I would love to hear about it. That's
Mm,
all I'm saying. It's just
Thank you.
man,
every once in a while, it'd be nice to just get an update of like, hey, how
Look,
was this travel?
I mean, sometimes things get busy. Like I was in this place and this girl came from out of nowhere. She shrunk, she got big, and started a whole political kerfuffle. We had to try and put it down. Like
I,
it was just the whole thing.
would have been great to hear about in writing. What do you think, Des?
I'm not trying to cause any unnecessary conflict. All I'm saying is I've missed this
I
to an
I,
extent.
I kind of miss y'all. Listen, it's mom, mom can be stressful, and
Oh, I know.
and so like sometimes you just gotta get away. And look, I'll confess, maybe time got a little bit away from me. A day turned into a week turned to a month turned into a year, 1 year turned to 5 years. It was the whole thing. We all make mistakes. All right. So listen, I think we need to focus on the important thing here, which is that some flying lady with a dog killed our mom.
What?
Oh, did I not tell? Right. I'm kind of um
How am I the last in the loop to know?
So after Mel sent that very disturbing message, I don't know if you got it, but it came through with a lot of screaming.
I got the scream. Yep,
Yeah,
got that.
yeah. So I wanted to see what was up. So I created a portal to see what's going on with Mel. And before my portal opened where it was supposed to, um, it showed me. You know that sign mom made with the Oz sign. Real proud of it.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think it's on like the north side.
You can you like made the portal like
Mhm.
right in front of where you saw like this
Yeah,
happen to mom. You can look up and see that it is
yeah,
just an O there.
yeah. Well, the Z landed on mom. Is her body still there?
Um, you're not like in the park. You're not in the park playground yet. Like you can sort of like walk inside if you would like to find out. Oh, baby. Uh yeah, you can walk inside if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk inside to see if I can find mom.
Uh, bet folks do folks join folks join
Slips.
slips. Uh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mel's also eye out for a munchkin.
uh word. Yeah, you sort of walk like you sort of like walk around, and as you're like getting nearer to like the park proper, you hear like all sorts of kazoo music, all sorts of like the sound of munchkins like playing their music,
Hey fam, are they celebrating
laughing.
killing our mama?
Um,
Like, is that what we hear?
you hear the pss of spray paint and smell the fumes like as you're walking up. There, it sounds like they're wilding. Um, and as you like, and as you sort of like turn the corner and like enter the space, um, you sort of like hear one of the munchkins that was apparently on guard duty yell like, "Yo, old people alert!" And the munchkins scatter. Um,
Can I
like,
attempt an attack?
um, you're trying to just fight any random munchkin. There are a lot
No,
of munchkins
I
in
want
this park
I want
area.
that one. I want the one
That
that
one.
said that. The one that was like, "Oh, people alert!" That one, he he's getting it.
Oh no.
Oh boy. You're you're trying to attack this munchkin with your portal sword.
So
Or how are you trying to attack this munchkin?
I would like to open up a portal under his feet that goes 100 feet in the air.
So you're just trying to like teleport that person right next to you.
Nah.
No?
I'm trying
You're
to teleport him 100 feet in the air.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh Lord.
I might
Yeah.
try to catch them.
Yeah, you could
Yeah. It'll be a great scare tactic. We're working. See, we're working as a family.
We are not. I'm cleaning up your messes.
Oh, please roll sword to unleash your vengeance. Yeah, this
It's,
is definitely using your sword adaptation.
so that's 3 dice then,
Um,
or an extra dice if I'm using my
that is
sword.
an extra die plus
Okay.
your sword stat.
Okay, that is 2 successes. Oh wait, hold on. It's only 2 successes if it's. Oh no, I wrote for difficult. I don't know.
It is a normal roll.
Oh, then that is 3 successes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so 3 successes when you roll sword. Yeah, you can you do it and you do it with style. So you can choose to add another die to your next roll against this person that is falling a
Mm-hmm.
100 feet from the air right now,
Yep.
flailing this. Oh, this kid is not having a good day. Picked the worst day to be lookout. Um, and yeah, you can either have another die the next time,
Yeah,
um, or
I'll.
you can do something else to them, or you can just like make another thing so they are perpetually falling just to like scare them. You
Oh,
can
give him the Loki treatment.
I was
you can
thinking
give them
just
the
the
Loki.
portal.
You can you rolled 3 successes.
Okay.
The narrative is in your hands now.
Hey, gang, what do we want to
You tell
do?
me what
Don't say
happens.
we. I am not. I am not party to this. This is you.
It's not me.
All right, then I'm gonna give him the Loki treatment. So when he hits the ground, it's actually another portal. He just keeps doing it.
Who cares? This kid is flailing. This kid is not having a great time. Uh, like Mel does, y'all too. Like y'all too heard like this kid, and like yeah, that's y'all too hurt this kid. Y'all too no slips is having a bad day. You see a lot of other people like scattering and just trying to get away as quickly as possible. Um, you can intervene to help this munchkin. You can try to catch one of your own kids. You can take stock of the situation. What do y'all want to do at this point?
I have like three ideas.
Lay them on me, Dare.
Did it look like there was somebody who was sort of like in charge of all of this? Or did this kind of look like an impromptu, like block party type thing?
Yeah, you can make a princess roll just to assess the situation, see what you can glean.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is normal.
Okay. That's 2 successes then.
Yeah. You can go ahead and ask some princess questions uh, as like you see people scurrying about. Um, I will tell you that it doesn't seem like these munchkins are too well organized. You get the sense that it may have just been a little bit of anarchy. Actually, no, you don't get that sense. You get the sense that somebody has been in charge because of this like setup they have with a lookout and somebody calling out.
Yeah.
And you know that your auntie, Miss One, Wicked Witch of the North Side, and Number Runner of Oz, like sometimes uses this place. So would have probably seen all of this taking, would probably have gotten to this space before and just not told you all about it. So that's interesting. You can ask, I'm pretty sure you can ask questions from the list on a success on 2 successes
Yeah. I
for
was going to ask
princess.
just who's behind this in terms of like who is the like person who set up the lookout and everything just within this group of munchkins.
No one within this group of munchkins,
Okay.
but Miss
Okay.
One is the person that set this up.
Okay. Um Slip, so you could can you stop this peacefully?
Um, Mel, what are you doing as like Slips is unleashing vengeance on a munchkin. And like Dez is just like sitting and just trying to like you can see the gears turning, assessing the situation, figuring out what's happening. What are you doing?
I think Mel sort of rolls his eyes and starts walking towards where, based off of what was described by Slips, where the Z might have ended up. Uh, if along the way she crosses the path of one of the munchkins, they're going to try to grab them and drag them with
Okay.
We didn't come to play.
Yeah, okay. I think
not harming, just grapple.
yeah, I think you're trying to assess the situation, get a better chance of like get a better sense of where the sea is. So I will ask for a princess roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you roll well enough, we'll see if you can also catch a munchkin.
2 successes.
Yeah. Um, Bet. Go ahead and ask a question from the list.
I pass the list. Okay. I guess what's the best way to the Z?
Bet. So trying to figure out what happened with the Z. Yeah, where did the Z go? And you sort of like map out the trajectory just like with your eyes, like seeing like how the sign broke up there, sort of like seeing that it bent inward into the space. Uh, you map out a fall pattern and see that right now it looks like a bunch of kids are like fleeing over top of and like weaving away from the Z in order to get away. But like as more kids like run and go past, and like you can definitely see that like some of the kids are like as you're walking forward into the space trying to map out where the Z went, some of the kids are like blowing kazoos in your ear as you walk, or like just in general trying to distract you. You can go ahead and God, you can tell me what stat you want to roll to try and catch a kid. Uh,
Are we the bad guys?
your your mother is the wicked witch of the East Side, and her name is Evermean.
That don't mean nothing.
I am gonna go with invincible.
Invincible. How? Yeah, trying to avoid the danger of them just like blowing like kazoos in your ear, and
yeah, that and just literally mentally tuning it all out to focus in on her goal.
Vibes.
I mean, honestly, I feel like they're the bad guys. They killed our mom and then threw a cookout.
Very fair.
Where she died. That's bogus.
Mel, what's your role?
1 success.
1 success. You yeah, these munchkins are slippery. And like you'll sort of like grab the collar of one, and then like another one of them will just kick your shin and you'll lose your grip.
They attacked
like,
my sister now.
There's like you try to like grab one and just like has been like is a smaller one that's just been like running around the playground and getting sweaty, and they just slip through your grasp. You finally grab onto one and like keep them like by the collar. Um as you sort of like as you sort of like get to the Z, and this munchkin, the perpetually falling munchkin, and your
Forgot I did
siblings
that.
are the only people in the park space now. As the park clears, you see the Z, uh, like still in place where it fell. Um, you don't see your mother here, though you do see like graffitied on graffitied on the place, on the Z. You see uh long live Super Witch, long live Wonder Dog. Uh you see a lot of like you see a lot of like numbers also graffitied and like painted up on these walls, which is like a sign of your auntie Miss One like has been influencing these munchkins. You also
Damn,
look and
auntie.
see a regrettably like by any like metric, this is a beautiful like portrait, like graffitied portrait of a witch, sort of black woman, uh a beautiful afro, like dark skin, sort of like shining like starlight, and like flying down, like looks to be flying, like and touching down,
Do I
like
recognize her?
right above the sandbox, carrying a dog. Um, and it seems that the Munchkins have memorialized, yes, the woman that you saw flying into Oz, taking out your mother's Z and crushing her to death.
These low down, no good, dirty, rotten sons of bitches drew up a portrait of the lady that killed our mom. Where my mom died. And then threw a party.
Still falling. This kid is still screaming and going back and forth from 100 feet. Um,
I would like to close the portal and try and I would like to close the portal and make another one so he falls in front of me safely.
this has got to be some kind of roll, because at this point, this kid has fallen at terminal velocity.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess I never said it was gonna hurt.
This kid has been suffering like G forces for like a while. This kid is ready to go to space at this point.
I know if I just remove the portal that's up there, he's going into orbit. But we're not doing that. We're gonna have him land in front of me. All right.
yeah. Tell me what you're rolling and then roll it, because
I
I'm not
was
sure.
I was rolling sword again because I figured it's how well you can manipulate what you do.
I feel like you're not trying to unleash vengeance on this kid this
That's
time.
fair. All right, I'll re-roll. That was a shame because that was a really good roll. Let's say I guess invincible.
Yeah, avoid the danger of the kid going splat on you. I can see
Yeah,
that. So roll your invincible plus
I
your
should let y'all know I have one in invincible.
yeah,
But
you add your sword adaptation, and
yeah,
it's a normal roll. Force and up are successes.
all right, that's one success. I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Okay. Complication. You make a portal that's sort of like slanted, so this kid like doesn't just like pop up completely out and have to like fall back to the ground. You'd sort of like make a slanted portal that's going to give them enough like space. Um, you haven't like been in the park for a while, and the kids like left this space a mess. They are about to like fly straight first into like yeah they're about to like fly head first into like a pile of jacks and marbles. You can let this kid get messed up like pretty badly, or you can try to step in and catch them.
Anita, they took the time to throw a block party
They did.
and draw up a portrait. Listen, I don't love my mom, but that's my mom.
That's fair.
So
Big
I
in the
guess I
face
got.
full of jacks.
I guess I gotta look up the rules for jacks because we play.
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Every time I get a disapproving look from Derek feeds my soul.
This is just
the kid like twists in the air, narrowly avoiding the jacks, but ends up slipping on like the jack ball that like it's truly a it's truly cartoonish how this kid flies out of the portal, lands like heel first on a jack, and just does a double flip straight into the monkey bars, knocking his head pretty bad and knocking him out. Not dead or permanently injured, but like he's gonna take a little nap and he'll wake up later. Um, you'll have a hard time questioning this kid if you want answers.
That kid has amnesia now. That kid's living a whole new life. I think I just like in the way that a sibling would hit you on the arm, I just like slap you on the arm slips.
Yeah, I kind of deserve that. I didn't see the monkey bars to be fair. I saw the jacks.
Is that the problem? Is the monkey bars the problem? Is that where you messed up?
That's where I thought I messed up. I thought everything else was going according to plan.
All right. You're the youngest. You're the youngest. I know. It's fine.
I'm just they haven't come. Listen,
we could have asked questions. We could have asked questions if you didn't go and swing it.
We can still ask questions.
I gesture to the munchkin who was like knocked out. Yeah.
Like not right now, but it works because we've got the one that Mel's carrying, right? We ask them questions, and then once my munchkin wakes up, we can confirm the information and see if there's any lies. Honestly,
if that munchkin remembers their name.
Listen, I've done a lot worse to people with portals than have them slam into a
Is
monkey
that
bar.
your defense? Is that you've been worse?
I thought it was a good defense.
All right. Well, while you were doing that, I was looking around. It looks like our auntie might have something to do with all this, and by something I mean this is her calling card for sure.
See, this is why I leave because this family is messy. So what? We got to get vengeance on our auntie because she killed our mama, and then they threw a block party at the death of her mama, and then
why don't we start with talking first, and then we figure out what step 2 is?
Because like she gonna lie. I would.
I mean this with love. You learned from mom too well. I mean that with love. I'm just saying.
How? I'm nothing like mom. The camera looks over at the munchkin.
And as we cut from this scene, Mel, you got a munchkin. You are standing over the Z with a munchkin. You just like pick them up, like feet dangling.
Nobody gonna ask questions. Should I do it?
The munchkin is just staring at you. The munchkin is just staring at you, Mel. What do you do?
Are you muted?
Shit, fuck. Mel says explain quickly. Sorry.
Does Mel like take out Mel's sword?
Mel's gonna wait to do that.
Okay. Yeah, the munchkin says, I don't talk to the parks department. I ain't no snitch.
Pull this out.
Eh.
Explain, and puts the tip of the sword right up against the neck. Explain.
Ooh.
Quick.
All right. Make a you can choose either princess or sword. I'll say like either way, you add like a sword die because your sword is specifically meant to be terrifying. uh,
2 successes.
yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, the Munchkin was very much acting tough, but is also saw what happened the last time. Like your sibling pulled out a sword and was like, I don't want no 5Gs. Oh, okay, okay. Jeez, like we was we was just like having fun. Like we was hanging out. Like ain't seen y'all, any of y'all, in like forever. So we thought y'all was just gone. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. We was just hanging out in the park. What do you want to know? Jeez.
2 questions. Firstly, did you defile my park on the east side?
No.
Pushes the sword a little bit.
Define defile. That's a very big word.
Did you tag
Oh,
walls?
shoot. Nah, I'm not very good with the art stuff. Like there there are people that are a lot better than at it than me. But like I don't know, people.
Okay, so I'm going to reestablish the boundaries of this conversation for you. Like, do you see what my sibling did to one of your friends back there, and how they're unconscious on the ground? Probably have a huge brain whatever going on right now.
Contusion.
Contusion. Thank you. You see how none of your friends are out here to help you right now because they're all scared shitless of all of us.
Mm.
I'm going to ask my questions again. And I want complete answers. I want thorough answers. And I want honest answers. Otherwise, I'll have to show you exactly why people are as scared of us as they are. So, once again, who tagged our park?
You make some good points, magic person. And yeah, starts naming out like a litany of names. This was apparently like a group effort by like a bunch of munchkins that like all collaborated on this one project together. And then there are like specifically like names the people that like did the mural as like that's like that was like a very beautiful thing, big project that like people worked on for a while and were a part of and proud of. And then like list people that like they know like are pretty good at tagging, but like they're it's a pretty popular thing here. Like people enjoy doing this. Like it's a lot of people. And
Hey, Mel, you mind if I ask a question?
Go for it, Slips.
Yes, it's not gonna be that bad, I promise.
I'm watching. I'm just watching. I'm not saying
Okay,
anything. I'm just watching.
it's gonna be fine. Who's that? And I point to the lady with the dog.
oh, that's Super Witch and a Wonder Dog.
Well, why are they super witch and the Wonder Dog?
They like flew through the air,
Uh-huh.
like riding on nothing. They
Whoa.
smashed into the sea and they freed us from the prison. And they um
And they
yeah, they smashed they they smashed the Wicked Witch of the Parks Department.
Oh, there it is.
And I can see how you, as members of the Parks Department, might not be so happy with that now. Now I understand.
Yeah. Where's the body? Where's the wicked? Where's my the Parks Department? Where's Mom's body?
I don't know. It dissolved. It disapparated. I don't know how witch bodies work.
Oh man. Okay.
Where are her shoes?
Oh, Super Witch took those.
They got my mom and they ran up her shoes.
Um, yeah, at the sight of screaming, like this kid flinches. But it's just they Miss One like came through and she was she was like really scared. Like she ain't never seen nobody like fly with that velocity, be able to like wield magic that could break the Z, and like she was she was scared. So she told the witch to just take the shoes and go.
Can we huddle for a second? Des, Mel, I think we need to huddle.
Do you let go of the kid to enter your huddle?
If you run off, I'll put you in an infinite portal loop. I swear to God.
You're going to sit here against the Z, and you're not going to move. Is that understood? I would hate for my sibling here to have to exude her power once more.
Oh my God. The disrespect.
You got it, scary witch people. I'm gonna sit right here, not move at all.
Place them gently.
All right. So y'all, listen, well, I didn't like Mom, but I love Mom. And even I'm having a hard time dealing with how disrespectfully she was dispatched. She got squashed by her favorite side. They ran her for her
Taking the shoes was
shoes.
the taking the shoes. It seems excessive.
They
But
took her shoes and then they painted a portrait of her killer right over the scene of the crime and then threw a party. Cassandra's gonna kill everybody.
Maybe we opt out of some of this. Maybe we don't tell them everything.
How do we know she
aren't you
doesn't
telling?
already know?
The party feels like a thing to maybe exclude. Like, leave the Munchkins are just leave them alone.
It wasn't like a ding dong the witch's dead party. We weren't like ringing bells or nothing over
It
all of
feels
We're
that.
using
now.
kazoos.
Now it does
Keep
feel
close.
like it was a block party at our mother's expense. I will say that.
Y'all snatched the sneakers.
I, like this all happened like a month ago. Like
A month?
Y'all been partying for a month at the scene
no,
of the crime.
no, we only partied for like a couple days, like right after, and then we oh my god, I'm sorry.
Confession.
I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Oh no. We this was just a regular hanging out, Munchkins doing a Munchkin Land thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. It's okay. Just
Did,
finish the story.
did the spot of our mother's corpse become the new hangout spot?
No, this has just always been the hangout spot, even before the Z went all.
I don't know what to do, y'all.
So, sorry, Des. Go ahead.
So mom died a month ago, and you guys have been celebrating, and just sort of hanging out here, which is fine. I can't. This was your hangout spot before mom died. Do you has the super witch been anywhere else as far as you've heard?
Oh yeah.
Super Witch was trying to go home. Um, she said something about like New York. Um, what did Miss One say? Uh, like they sort of like get up and go over to the wall, like the near where the portrait is, and they just read out 433 as like was like some of the graffiti has been like sprayed 433 Prospect Place. Um, I I don't know what those letters and numbers mean, but like that's where the super witch said she was from. Something about Annam, an Annam, uh, and New York.
Yo, what we gonna do about the super witch? Like she's directly responsible for this.
Kill her, obviously.
I think, yeah, all of you can make a princess roll right now. Um, yeah, I want to see what's happening.
One success.
2 successes.
I managed to get 0 successes,
Ooh,
despite that being my best stat.
ooh. It do be like that. Yeah, does you've done your best to forget a lot of like specifically your relationship with mom, and thinking about her shoes in particular. You've tried to like block it out as best you can. Um, like who got 1 success and who got 2 successes?
I got one success.
All right. Slips. Again, you've been away, like far away, and in like a whole new world with a bunch of new rules that you've been thinking about. And you haven't thought about the silver slippers for a while. You remember that there is something important about those silver slippers, that they were going to be passed down to one of you in the coven after mom passed. Mel, you've been here, and you know that the silver slippers are one of the artifacts of power that like govern Oz. They're basically like the thing that gives you the divine right to rule this like place. The slippers are one part of it. Miss One has an abacus. That's another part. Your auntie Eveline has a whip. And that is another like that's another like there are items of power scattered throughout Oz. That item of power is very important. That item of power was going to go to y'all, and you you haven't you feel like you really need to get those back.
Okay. So, Mel, there's what are we gonna do about the super witch? Because the disrespect. I mean, taking killing mom, that's one thing. Throwing a party, that's another thing. But she took our heirloom. Like, I think
I mean, I
Going
wasn't
to take
expecting
her
on
fucking
getting it.
I mean, I probably listen. We all know Cassandra was going to be the one to get him. Like that. That's not the here nor there. But I mean, you don't steal from the family. That's just.
I mean, my plan is maybe we find her and or find whoever they are and maybe talk to them, see if we can figure out what happened.
I mean, it doesn't sound like she talked to mom. It sounded like it was on site.
flew in, dropped a Z on our mother, stole her shit. Oh, no, they weren't stolen. They were given to her by Miss One.
Um, it's from the way that the Munchkin was talking about it. It was very much a like placating gesture of like, oh shit, I just saw you completely body one of my sisters. I'm not trying to like get in
Yeah,
between you and what is probably the spoils of what you came here to do. Um,
you got it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
like it wasn't like a freely given gift. It was more like a oh shit, let
please
me
leave me
save my own
alone.
skin.
Give
And
peace.
that sort of sounds like your Aunt One from everything that your mother has told you about her.
So, like, is it on site for this super witch? Like, we can't really give a. I don't listen. I don't want nobody dropping Z's on me, and like, I don't want nobody dropping Z's on y'all either. So it's either we let this go, or like we go in. But if we go in, we gotta go in. Like I've seen what happens when you let I've seen what happens when somebody an invader comes into a place and just messes it up. It happened in Wonderland. I don't want it to happen here.
I I just I'm gonna once again just say maybe a communication might help. I know no one likes when I suggest that idea, but maybe understanding who they maybe they had history.
It's not that I don't like when you suggest that idea, Des. It's that you suggest the idea when we have been met with the most violent and vile of terms, and you want us to talk it out.
I'm just saying, like, if we talk to it, that gives her a chance to drop Z's on us.
All right, fine, fine. I'm just saying if there's an opportunity to talk, I'm going to reach out and try to do some talking.
Okay.
Once again, I'm taking her
But
liver along with the shoes. So
Do we know if she riding with anybody or is it just the super witch by herself?
the super dog.
Super dog. Shh.
Um, yeah, you look up from your powwow and like because like you let this person like go up the the mural as soon as you like went back into the huddle, they're gone. They are not in sight anymore as you turn back. Um
It's a good thing we still got one sleeping munchkin. Just saying.
uh, a munchkin sort of groans in their sleep. Um, um, yeah, so I think Mel, you got like, or somebody rolled three successes earlier to like look at, to assess the situation, sort of. Um, and I think that y'all look and see sort of like a, y'all see sort of like as part of the portrait, um, it looks like this person is searching for something. Um, and in the background, you see the yellow brick road painted towards the Emerald City. And you know that the Wiz lives there, the Wiz who holds the fourth item of power in Oz. And that seems like the next place that this person would go. It feels like a lead, or
Yeah.
as good a lead as any.
She came here, dropped the Z on mom, and then is heading directly to the Wiz. Who is this? This is
I
like
mean,
she is the super witch.
seems like they're planning great of people, which is uh terrifying.
This is a
Yeah.
direct assault on Oz.
I two people is a lot, is a small direct assault though.
It depends on how capable they are. Like again, I didn't love mom. I mean, I love mom. I didn't like mom, but she was handy dandy with the magic. Like, and she just all sight one shot at mom with her favorite side, and then ran her sneakers and then had a party throw.
Yeah, this is gonna be boy, we're probably gonna need to get Cassidy involved.
You know how hard she go.
I know. Yeah, and that's coming from you.
I don't go. I'm gentle like a cardinal. Okay,
I'm pointing to the munchkin again.
Same,
he,
yeah.
he's alive.
It's why is that when
It's not the standard
if
to live by.
if that much get ran into mom or ran into Cassandra, would they still be alive?
that doesn't make you look like the winner? It just
We can get Sandra involved. Maybe just have him meet us at the Wiz.
This sword freaks me out, man.
yeah,
Freaked
only
everyone
one
out
who can
except
use
for
it.
her. So it's fitting.
Word. Are y'all headed towards the Emerald City?
I mean, I'm gonna make a portal. Yeah, let's just.
How with with my magic capability, how easy would it be for me to defile this portrait that's been made?
Tell me what you're trying to do.
I want to I don't even think there's any like message that Mel is trying to convey or anything. It's just like very gorgeous, very pretty, and Mel is trying to make it not. Um,
Um, Go ahead and unleash your vengeance with your sword.
oh,
Uh, yeah, this doesn't really use piercing screams, I don't think. So it's just a straight sword roll.
success. It was one success because I have one die.
Oof, good. One success. Yeah, okay. This is fun. So you look at this beautiful like interpretation of apparently the woman that killed your mom, and you just lift up your sword and summon a burst of magic that comes with a fierce and piercing and shrieking cackle that culminates in an energy that just explodes the face, the very beautiful face of this portrait that like chars the dog that's in her arms, like completely messes up like the entirety of that. As the smoke clears, you see a hole all the way through the park setup that is around, and you see cracks begin to spread throughout the entirety of this place as the walls of the structure crumble around you and fall. As one of your park structures is pretty much destroyed. You got the super witch, but you lost something important along the way.
I think Mel just says as she's leaving, Miss One can handle it, and goes with their siblings.
Yeah. Mom was wicked, but I don't think she deserved this.
All right. Let's go deal with this.
Yep. All right. One portal to the Emerald City. You're all very welcome. Just create.
Oh,
I gotta say, as the eldest sibling in real life, being able to exude youngest sibling energy is so refreshing.
I'm also an eldest sibling.
and as you make the portal easily and without a roll now, because you're just making one portal and you've gotten overwhelming successes multiple times in making it. You're golden on portals now. You make a portal to the Emerald City and step through one by one. And as the portal closes behind you, we see like a groaning munchkin holding their head sort of coming to on the monkey bars, being like looking around, seeing the park destroyed. Everybody, where did everybody go? And with that,
Anita, if I may, I just want you to know that before this campaign is truly over, I'm coming back for that munchkin.
Leave them alone.
Oh yeah, like I will say that like you definitely saw that munchkin had paint on their hands. That munchkin was up to some dubious activity.
I knew he was because he was the one on lookout.
Period. And as y'all step through and enter the Emerald City, I would like to know each of your histories with downtown Oz, the Emerald City, whatever you're trying to call it. Like, have y'all been there before? Have y'all like spent a lot of time there? Did anybody grow up around the area? What is y'all's like sort of experience with the Emerald City?
I think as a self-proclaimed party gal, Mel spends a lot of time over here, I would say.
I'm I'm gonna say Slips has only been here once. Uh, Slips used to downplay their magic so that their mom would be more inclined to leave them alone. And uh I think mom might have taken a trip up to the Wiz to have him examine Slips to see what's wrong with the magic.
Hmm.
I think
Um,
Des
Oof.
would go and just kind of blend in and just try to enjoy it as a like normal person walking through Oz without any of the expectations of her family lineage.
fair. Um, all of y'all are, in one way or another, at least familiar with the glistening city. This is not it. It is it. You see familiar like symbols on like of the skyline and the buildings, but Oz has changed. Um, the Emerald City specifically has changed a lot. You see a lot of the gold in the yellow brick road, like the golden color of like the way that the roads are paved here, has been dug up in a lot of spaces. The roads have been like very much destroyed and like looted. Um, you hear like the sound of motorcycles like riding through the city in the distance. You see fires. It looks like there are riots and panic and pandemonium happening in the Emerald City. What do you do?
Does it look like the pandemonium has like a central point, or is it kind of all over?
Make a princess roll to sort of assess the situation.
I will. All right. Um. Ugh. That is. Oh, what difficulty was it?
Um, yeah, difficulty.
I wrote a 5 and a 4. That's why I ask.
Yeah, this is a normal difficulty, and that
Okay.
is two successes.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, you sort of like look around, and it is seems like the central area of like turmoil right now is the Tower of the Wizard, where you have tried to go in the past to get an audience. Mom tried to drag you here. Y'all could not get an y'all could not get a date to make that happen. Um, the wizard put you on a waiting list, and you're pretty sure you're still on that waiting list. It was like a couple of decades long. Um, but yeah, you get to the space and you're like, this is, I think specifically, you look up and you see a flag that is familiar to you since you rolled two successes on your princess. Um, that is sort of like one of the regiments of the flying monkeys. Your auntie Eveline like had control of these creatures. You feel like she wouldn't just have them out and about like doing this shit. She doesn't like taking them out this much. Um, she for some reason lost control of her flying monkeys. Especially because like they smell bad, the fumes like from their bikes get everywhere. There's a lot of chaos probably happening in the Emerald City right now. If you see the flag of the flying monkeys flying over uh, the wizard's tower.
Okay. I'm just gonna look to the family and go, all right, so we can either try and make our way to the wizard's tower. I think I'm still on the wait list. Or we can see about what the hell's going on with Auntie since she's letting her flying monkeys just kind of rack up the joint. So any ideas? And I
I think
promise I won't put anybody in an infinite gravitational loop.
you're learning. I would love to go check in on Auntie.
Auntie? Oh my god, how are we gonna get there? Oh, don't worry about it, guys. I gotta take it care of.
I just sigh. I'm just tired.
You are spending a lot of magic.
I
You go
know.
like one after the other. Like last time you had like some time to
Mm-hmm.
some time to get there. I will need a princess roll this time. This time it is going to be hard.
The way that you're kind of seeing that this is wearing on her is her eyes are kind of getting a little sunken and darker, which is why she wears the dark makeup in the first place to kind of camouflage it. Here we go, princess roll. I mean, I am using the sword, so I'll add that third one. Uh, yeah. All right, that is a 3, 5, 6. I think you're muted, or I can't hear you.
Two
There you go.
successes will do it. Um, and yeah, you cannot fail with this portal thing. You have practiced too long and too hard. Um,
Oh my god, what were
and
you doing in those 5 years? I don't know. Becoming the goat.
hmm, okay. God, Noir, please take a point of experience.
Don't reward this
for
behavior. No, I'm just kidding.
for the littlest sibling energy. Um,
Oh,
and we sort of like see a dark place uh filled with the lapping of water and like with a strong sense of with a strong scent of sewage like emanating from this portal. And
uh,
you know that through this portal somewhere is your auntie.
all right. So I got us close. Oh, stinks. If Kate, I mean, anybody narrow it down? I don't know. Mel, maybe you could send her a message, preferably with less screaming. Not that I'm complaining, just we don't want to.
Sounds like you're complaining, but I'll
It,
see what I can do.
just don't want to freak her out. Lost her
Well,
monkeys. She's probably not in a good way. Sorry for being considerate.
Mel's gonna try to send a message to.
Important thing to know when talking to your auntie, don't bring her bad news. Like you can bring her news, make sure it's not bad
I ain't
news.
saying no.
Oh,
Like if you can spin it somehow to make it so that, hey, we've got an opportunity. Like you can give her news, you can say hi, wanted to visit you. No bad news. Like typically, like Auntie Eveline was like the only one of your mom's sisters that she respected uh, for like having a very good grip on magic and a very strong like control over her domain. Um, was impressed with her sister's sort of prowess um, and always told you to act with respect when you enter her domain.
Try to send a message that I think the gist of the message is going to be like, hey, we were trying to visit you. Where could we find you in these times?
Uh, yeah, make a princess roll. uh, and let's see how you do this time.
Do I still get to add my third die?
Uh, are you screaming at your auntie?
Oh no, that sounds like a bad idea. We're just gonna do a normal one success.
One success.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Okay. Yeah, it is a mixed success. So I will say that you're pretty sure you sent out the message that your magic wasn't strong enough for her to be able to send you something back with that spell. And it seems like she's not bothering with like making a response.
I am being ignored, it seems. So
You
yeah.
you know that you sent the message to her. You know that she is very close once you step through that portal. You're not sure where she is. She might be like doing something to like not be exactly in a conversational mood right now. But you should be able to like step through and find her pretty quickly and wait for her to like have a moment.
Yeah, I think Mel sort of like first cautiously sticks his head through the portal and says, um, Aunt Eveline, hello.
It echoes through the tunnels. You hear the steady trickle of sewage.
Okay. And sort of adjusts the pants that she's wearing so that the cuffs won't drag into whatever's in there and steps through.
Uh, bet. Do y'all follow?
Reluctantly.
I'll follow.
Um, it is dark and it is hot, as it often is just uh, in Eveline's domain. You walk into what you're recognizing must be the sewers beneath your Auntie Eveline's sweatshop. Uh, and as you like walk forward, you hear the gurgling of like you hear the gurgling of sewage water and like the movement of water like going through a canal. But the water that you're like in is still. It's not moving. And you don't think that there shouldn't be a gurgling water noise this close. Um, it's very dark in here. Does anyone like take out a torch or a light source or cast anything?
I have a torch. I'll light it.
Um, as you do, you see the insides of the sewers. You can sort of like see that there is a sort of ledge on either side, so you can like get out of the murky water and just like stand like outside of it so you're dry for a moment, and you uh, swing the torch from your left to your right, and you hear the source, and you look down into the water, and you see your auntie, Eveline, melted in the sewage water as her face sort of like forms in the waters, and says, "Yo, my favorite nibblings, come to visit." Of course. Forgive my appearance. I'm a little under the weather at this point. You can tell she is seething at like the current position that she is in. But that's your auntie. She's a water puddle. That's interesting. It does not like do good for the smell. Um,
Damn, Auntie, you got.
uh, Slips as charming as ever, I see.
What happened? Was it the super witch?
Ah, yeah, like a gout of steam rises from the sewer water as your auntie literally steams as she says, "Dorothy, indeed." Um,
Y'all got jumped by a Dorothy?
I think I
Slips.
hit Slips again. Stop
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Stop running your mouth.
Mm, yeah, like Slips, you're it's been a while. You've been out of Oz for a minute, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
even even in this form, your auntie could probably do some damage to you.
Probably. I think after Des kind of like smacked the sense into Slips goes, I'm sorry. I got a bottle. Do, do, do you want me to put you in a bottle?
Um, yeah, your auntie is right now trying to like reform and is probably best to reform in her domain or what
Mm-hmm.
is left of it. Um, and is working on working on like reforming herself, and will refuse your offer.
Listen, if this Dorothy took out Auntie and Mom, listen, I have a good thing going back at where I was. We don't have to fight Dorothy.
Didn't take auntie out. Let's be clear on that. Your auntie is sort of like, it was a technicality like with the health department that of course they made me have my the fire department really made me have like my one weakness just hanging over my head at all times. Like that was one coincidence, one fluke. When I reform and when we rebuild this, I'm going to find that Dorothy wherever she is hiding, and and reclaim my sister's shoes.
Did she take your whip?
That is that is what she her plan at the moment. Um, she is still, but she is still a like bubbling soup liquid at the bottom of the sewer. Not sure how long she's been like this. Seems like it is going to take her a while to get there. What do you do as you see your auntie in this state?
Like, I mean, I think first off, I would have kind of seal off the sprinklers that that took Auntie out.
Uh, yeah, you're sort of underground right now in a
Oh,
sewer system.
yeah, you're right.
Um, so like you're not in
Damn,
the sweatshop.
damn, Auntie, you really surrounded yourself with the one thing that you can't
I
handle.
think fire code. That's that. When what can you do? Um, no, but
Can
like
you give us advice on how to take out Dorothy? Because like it feels like we're gonna run into her at some point. And I'm not trying to get Z's dropped on me. I'm not trying to be made a puddle. I
Is
don't
water
want her
your
to.
weakness?
Well, no, but like, how does she even know that was Auntie's weakness?
That's a good
um
question, actually.
yeah, she's had a while to think about this, obviously, to seethe and plot her revenge on Dorothy. And she has gained some intel, just like she was running around Oz, like scared the shit out of the wizard, um, like has done something to um, like sort of grabbed like one of the lions like from the forest, grabbed a tin man and
What?
grabbed a scarecrow, and has sort of been like riding with them last time she heard. Um,
That's a whole squad. That's a whole squad.
like they ended up like from what your aunt could like gather, she didn't seem to know really how to use the shoes. She seemed like powerful, but like she could use like the invulnerability like part of them, but like did not like unlock all of the secrets of them. Um, but like seeing y'all here and like wanting like a little bit of, and she wants revenge. Um, and it'll take her a while to get it for herself, but maybe y'all could do that for her. She knows of New York and she can help get y'all there if y'all help her out with something.
Yeah, Auntie, you know I'm more than happy to help.
Um, like there are, yeah, there are a group of, sorry, we went so many places today. I had like,
I'm so sorry. I
I
made a
had,
portaler.
yeah, like I didn't expect your portaler to be so good at portaling. I
I'm
had
so
made
sorry.
like, I had made like one situation for like you're on the Elbrick Road, get following our footsteps. I had made a situation for like, oh, you're gonna be like it in the Emerald City, and I was like, okay, I'm prepared for X, Y, Z. I was like, oh, y'all are with Auntie now, because y'all can be anywhere, and I love that. Um, okay, who would who had been starting some shits? in the sewers in my notes. Um, God. Okay. Um, yeah, there are um there are like a couple of like let me read the thing that I wrote so I don't have to think. Poppy girls. There are poppy girls that have sort of like moved to the west side and taken control of like a lot of industrial areas, but specifically like Eveline's sort of like area um where she used to like have her sweatshop and have like a bunch of people like out and patrolling her area. Um they've sort of like taken over and um they've sort of taken over and stolen like gone to like the source of the sewer water and cut it off. It's really messing with your auntie's like ability to regenerate quickly. So if you can go over there, turn back on the water, and return to her, she will she will speed you on your way to find Dorothy.
Sorry, my cat was getting something.
Vibes. Um, yeah, what do y'all say?
Mel just
Hmm.
says, of course, yes, we can do this.
I mean, I don't feel like we have much of a choice. We can't let this Dorothy keep killing our family. I mean, who do we think she's after next? The Wiz? Cassandra? Us?
As much as I'd hate to agree, it might be we might need to be a little proactive.
Um, yeah, but Auntie tells you to follow the sewers out like in a specific way, gives you some directions to where the Poppy Girls are located. Um, and as y'all agree, and you leave an Eveline that is looking very like very happy, very like finally there is something that is like shifting the odds in her favor. Um, and you can hear a sort of like gurgly cackling from behind you as you walk these sewers. Um, we'll go ahead and end the first episode here.
I'm
Um,
terrified.
This is so much fun.
Beautiful. This has this has been Invincible Sword Princess, a game by the inimitable Kazumi Chin, a really great game designer, poet, and person on Twitter that I really like. Check out all of their games. They're super cool. Um, if you liked our little game that we've done so far, but yes, I am Anita. Once again, I have been your not so humble game master. I'm that girl. And the people I'm around are those people as well. I love this for all of us. So I will go in opposite order that I went the first time around. Dare, go ahead and
Hi.
tell the people who you are.
Hi, hey, hello. I'm Dare. Pronouns she, they, they. I am a writer, editor, performer. I do a lot of things all around the internet. at Dare to Dream RPG. That is DARE, the number two DREAM RPG. Also look up daretodream.itch.io to check out some of my games, some of which are very sad, some of which are very goofy. And yeah, just follow me. Currently, I'm thirst tweeting about half orcs today. That's the vibes, I guess.
Um, I'm sure every single one of us can relate to those vibes, Dare. I know I can. Um, speaking of vibes, Eli, you're up next.
Howdy, hi. I am Eli or Elliot. You can find me on the internet at Reliable Elliot, where I tweet about anything and everything that I'm doing. Nothing that I can announce coming up soon. There's a few things in the works that I'm working on. But yeah, if you want to see anything that I'm working on, whether it be pro GMing stuff or streams and stuff like that, just follow me on Twitter or anywhere else, and you'll be able to keep up with me.
That's and last but not least, Noir.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Noah. Oh, sorry, so sorry. Hi everybody. I'm Noah. You can find me all over the internet as the Noah Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I've been playing Slips, the most annoying littlest sibling on the planet. It has been just such a blast.
Uh, vibes. Once again, I am Anita. Catch me at Anita the Lesbian on Twitter and TikTok. I'll be there posting my stuff. Um, after this stream goes off, please stick around for our wonderful, beautiful, gracious hosts at TTRPG. We will be broadcasting the finale of A Tune to Die For. So that sounds like it's going to be a lot more cartoonishly funny goodness. So please stick around after the stream and we'll get into it. Thank y'all so much for sticking around. I will catch y'all on the flip next week. We're going to continue this adventure. We're going to get CJ in on this chaotic mix, and we'll see if we can get some vengeance.